I knew I was transgender when I was 5 years old, as far back as I can remember. The only thing is I didn't know the proper name for it. I always knew I was going to become a girl. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. You know, I didn't know how. I thought it was going to happen naturally for some reason. My sisters, I have 3 sisters, and they started to develop, and it didn't happen for me, or I started to develop in a different way. And I'm the oldest, and I kind of thought like it's going to happen naturally when I was really young, you know, that I was just going to become a girl because I knew that's who I was. I've always felt like a girl, you know. I knew I was transgender before I knew the word transgender. I always felt different. I can't even describe it. It's hard to describe, and which is I guess why a lot of people don't agree with it, you know, because they don't understand it. They understand how in the world could you possibly, you know, feel like you're born in the wrong body. But that's been my life, my entire life. That's all I know. That's my normal. I came to DC when I was 19 years old, and I basically ran away, or ran towards my life, because I knew who I wanted to be, and I knew that the biggest thing for me was just to get away from my parents in order to become that person, to get away from my family to become who I am today. And so I thought it was extremely necessary for me to, I mean, maybe it was extreme for me to go 3,000 miles away to a town where I knew no one here. I had no friends here. And my friends, basically, I met friends who became my family. And that's what kept me here. And I changed my name to Riley Giselle Knox. I am heterosexual. I'm a heterosexual, I know this is going to be a lot, a heterosexual transgendered woman. So, I mean, I was doing drag before I started transitioning. You know, drag came first, performance came first. And it was never about, it was always about the art for me. It was never about anything, you know, less than the art. It was always about, I just wanted to showcase my talent, what I could do. And I found it to be an outlet for me. Oh, you know, that it would take off, or that I would become as well known as I am. I think sometimes people have a problem with the fact that I am transgender and I perform with drag queens. I think that they sometimes think that like it's kind of unfair. When I perform, I am performing in drag. That's female impersonation for me.
I want you all to meet my dog Felicia. So welcome to LaCountress Farrington's place. Ooh. Hi Felicia. How you doing, baby girl? Come here. Hey, Pooch Pooch. How you doing, baby? This is the love of my life. This is my pet dog. This is Felicia Coleman. She is a golden retriever collie mix, and I've had her since she was 6 weeks old, and she's now 9 years old. Love her dearly. I am a gay man. I'm sexually attracted to men. I am out to my family. I'm out to my peers in the gay community, but as far as my social life and guys that I date, I am not out to the guys that I date. One Halloween, my best friend, who was a female impersonator at the time, decided they wanted to dress me up as Tina Turner and the winner of 1985. So I said, well, sure. And I entered a Halloween contest that night, and I won. And I did a drag show the following night and realized that I could make lots and lots of money. That's how LaCountress Farrington was created. And it started in 1985. And I'm still here. Girl that I went to high school with, her middle name is LaCountress. And I told her that I was looking for a name that was an attention getter and that it would be a head turner. So she said, well, why don't you use my middle name? And I said, well, what is your middle name? And she said, LaCountress. So I said, that's it. Let's put LaCountress Farrington together. So that's how I came up with my stage name. The Farrington aspect, the last name, I joined the Farrington family, which is a drag family based in Richmond, Virginia, which are offsprings of the Snow family. It's very gothic sounding, isn't it? Yes. Here in DC for the National Miss Gay America pageant in 2000 at the Lincoln Theater, out of 52 contestants across the United States for female impersonation. And when they called my name out as the 10th finalist, everybody stood up on their feet and made lots of noise, and that made me feel like a true star. My costuming, and I have a wow factor. I wear a lot of outrageous clothing that people are not going to see on an everyday stage. And I love the reaction I get when I come out and people are like, you know, applaud and they're happy. And so I call myself the wow factor.
Back when I was a teenager, I didn't know that changing your sex was an option. And it wasn't until I graduated high school and I moved out into the real world that I learned that transitioning was possible. If you were not happy in your life as a boy or a girl, you could always transition to the other sex. Yes, that was going to be quite hard, but it can happen. It's okay. And just because some people don't approve of it and just because some people don't like it is no need for me to live my life as a miserable person when I can be happy. Some people are not entirely sure what to call a gender identity, what to call a gender. How I define my gender identity is I'm a straight woman trapped in a man's body who's now transitioning from male to female. So I will eventually be a straight woman. But at the current point in time, people like to call me transgendered. There's nothing more priceless on the look of a church-going face on a Sunday morning when they see you in a full flaming monkey drag. Okay, 13 and G, right? So we need to go 13th and E. Okay. Sometimes I just love walking downtown. And there are families that walk by because, you know, it's a good old Sunday morning. Or I should say a good old Sunday afternoon and everyone's out for their good old Sunday strolls. They're sitting there looking at, oh my God, look at the freak. Because, you know what, unfortunately, that is the society that we live in at this current point in time. They don't quite realize that drag is an art, and I am an artiste.
Hi, how are you?
Today, how may I be of service to you?
Well, let's see. I'll take an original, and also I'll take a dozen of donut holes. And let me get a lemon glaze. Customer service, they didn't even look at me like I was crazy. How are you?
Fine, yourself?
I'm great.
We got one lemon field, one raspberry, and the 24 count donut.
It's a beautiful day, and I just went to Krispy Kreme, so I'm gonna come in and have my donuts. And oh, nice day out here today, and having a donut from Krispy Kreme is the best. My performance name is Shi-Queeta-Lee. I've been doing drag now going on 14 years, and I got the name by playing softball in a gay league here in Washington, D.C. I hadn't even thought about doing drag. Drag was something that I stumbled upon by playing softball. They have a pageant every year called Miss Magic Pageant, and every guy on the team has to do drag at least once. And I was a new person to the team, so they was like, you have to do it. And it's all about a camp drag pageant, because there are different styles of drag or being a drag queen. You have your camp drag, which are Halloween drag, if you will. You just put on some eyeshadow, some lipstick and a wig and a dress and just go for it. And then you have your impersonators who impersonate famous icons, or they go the whole step and processes as far as with the titties, the hips, the pads, the stockings, the hair, the wig, the jewelry, you know, going all out. And then you have your transgendered women, which are transsexuals, and they are doing their transformation or transition in life. For the past 3 years, I'm more comfortable with it, because at one point, I love doing drag, don't get me wrong, but at one point, I was afraid to walk out my house in drag. I was afraid to come home in drag. If I had to perform somewhere, I would go to that location and get in drag, and after I finished performing, I would get out of drag. I enjoy doing drag because it's empowering. It makes me feel powerful as far as being somebody I'm not, and able to do and say things when I'm in drag that I couldn't say if I was Jerry.
Bitch, I can't swing on no motherfucking pole. Ooh. Earrings. Stop.
Turn around. Left arm up. Right. Go up. Play with your hair. Arch your back more. Perfect out. And back up. See?
Oh, you did it.
Wow. Have you ever done this professionally?
Yeah, girl.
She said.
All right. 3, 2, 1. And right, left, right. Left in, thumb down, thumb up. Your right hand, thumb up. Your left foot, cross over. Turn, now your thumb goes down.
First time climbing a pole. Even though you all call me a monkey, I'm not used to climbing a pole.
And back up.
I would like to learn how to dance on a pole because it teaches you discipline and it also teaches me how to be more seductive and more feminine and more graceful.
I want to learn how to dance on a pole so it can improve my femininity so I can just slide on down the pole and give you all just a little bit something extra.
Why would you like to know how to dance?
So that I'm a lot softer on stage and a lot looser and not so stiff.
I want to learn how to dance on this pole because I have so many dates. You know I'm a prostitute, and I want to be able to work the pole. Yes, the dates love all that.
We are all going to have a little challenge now. So whoever is going to be climbing up the pole the highest, it stays up the highest. The right leg goes back, left one goes forward, and I want you to just keep that as long as you can, and the winner gets to keep their little belly dance chain. Got it. 3, 2, 1, and up. And hold. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're gonna be here a long time.
There was kind of a slight challenge with that one. Let me tell you a few things that I didn't know. I didn't know that if you had worn stockings, you couldn't grip the pole as well. Another thing I didn't know, that silicone was that friggin' heavy. That's why it put me out first. Epiphany does weigh the less out of all of us. We all found food.
Y'all call me a monkey, look at the business. But she only weighs 115 pounds.
She has
it's 140, bitch.
Girl, you should do that when you see all the hairs on her armpit.
I shaved them hard.
I'm the best pole dancer, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm the best pole dancer, but I am absolutely, like, very competitive. So I may not win all the time, but I absolutely talk a lot of shit.
You always walk a little like a belly dancer. It's not like a model walk. So men don't really like to have somebody who is like almost bitchy.
Right.
You're really
I'ma feel it.
I'ma leave it till my shit. Tonight I'm on some shit.
That was disturbing, ladies and gentlemen. That would have been your PSA for birth control.
Grandmother. Quita is my grandmother, if no one knows. That bitch is my grandmother. Grandmother, don't ever get on the pole ever again and try to carry yourself up. You're too old and too big to be trying to get that high up on the pole. Don't do it.
Shi-Queeta-Lee needs to lose some weight. Jenny Craig is calling your name, sister.
Here we go, feel it, baby. Feel it, feel it, feel it.
I got the party going, and it's your
Feel it, go. Call it, grab it, grab it.
You rolling down quick. Folks are getting in, you better pick a bitch.
Hey, I'm a dude, and we were in drag all day working at Ellie's Drag Brunch, and my hands were a bit greasy and sweaty, and I didn't have much grip on the pole.
She grabbed the hold to that pole and slid down like she was on a sit and spin.
Good job!
Yo, talk this one out.
Now, Chanel, that was a true whore. You see how her legs was open up? She really got her life. That's a position she used to.
The fact that Chanel's legs could split that far and that bitch is supposedly top, she a bottom, honey. That's a bottom.
I'm used to climbing poles, but I don't get burned. That means something's wrong. It means it's sick.
We learn something new about these poles every day.
Pole burning you get because of the fact that you're not used to climbing up on a pole. So in between your thighs, when you squeeze the pole hard, to basically sit up, that's when you get the pole burn because you're sliding down. You're not squeezing hard enough. So hard enough on the pole. Hard.
Just my calves are a little tight. No burn, because I have on tights and I have on my boots, so I don't have any burns going on. I'm comfortable, I'm having a great time.
Before, because I do it with my tights and stockings, so I don't feel anything. So no, I haven't, sorry. No pole burn.
Right arm up, left arm, left forward, right back. And all the way to the bottom. Make sure you open up your legs to the floor.
Oh my God, we was having so much fun. It was great. The experience overall, I couldn't experience anything better than what I did today.
The most fun. I absolutely love the pole dancing. It was so much fun, and I really felt it in my stomach. I thought it was always just sort of like a gimmick, you know, like everybody's like, oh, it's so much fun, and you really feel it the next day. I felt it the next day.
It was just a wonderful experience, and the instructor, she was really sweet, and she was so pretty. And I wouldn't change anything that day that went on because it was a great experience.
Oh, I guess I secretly did live up to my flash dance fantasy. Ooh, where's the water? Let somebody pour it on me. Let me just tell you, yes, I was just feeling it. That was my Nadia Comaneci moment. I was just channeling my inner stripper. Because, you know, one day I may have to work a pole to make money. Because, you know what? It is a bad economy. Barack and Michelle said change was coming. Too bad it's in quarters.
And then this shit breaks out. I didn't think Chanel had it in her, but that bitch is crazy. With them two going at it, Chanel and LaCountress, wow.
Chanel got her ass kicked today.
Back up. Apparently, I need to set the record straight. See, there are times in my life when I'm not trying to hurt a girl. So, of course, I'm gonna be like your quintessential sissy going like, ew! No, see, that's actually how LaCountress fights in real life. No, I'm gonna be the...
to monkeying around all the time. Notice I stayed very clear of that. This don't come off.
I haven't even showed you yet, so you guys need to come back.
Oh, baby, I will be back.
Pole dancing class at Jordin's Paradise here on 7th Street. Bitch, I can't swing on no motherfucking pole. Ooh.
I'm old, bitch, but I'm still limber.
Pole dancing class at Jordin's Paradise here on 7th Street. Bitch, I can't swing on no motherfucking pole. Ooh.